On the flip side, half the overnights I did, nothing happened. You know, it's 100-year anniversary. I'm sitting in that chair, texting my buddy, like, if you don't hear from me by morning, get my preacher down here. Nothing at all happened. And I've been in here on a Tuesday at 10 a.m. in January, footsteps, door slam. It's just so random. My best advice, if nothing at all is happening, send one person in here, and we call it the Steel Backbone Challenge, and it always seems to get things kicking off. Send them in here, go sit up by the attic in a chair with your back facing the attic, where a lot of people think the killer hid, and just sit there for 20-30 minutes by yourself in the house. So I think the house feeds off fear and just loves to like flex its muscle to people.
The house would like fall apart when you're sitting here. No.
I've tested it with many groups. It worked when Kindred Spirits was here. They called me down the second night, nothing was happening. I told them to go do that, and they did it, and there it started instantly. So
I'll go do it.
Go for it, Mom. Yep.
And man, I'm here all the time, and I don't care who you are. Like, it's scary. Walk in here in pitch dark by yourself and go sit up by that attic. It's like, man, screw this.
Wow. I'll do it.
And I know it feeds on fear because I brought this elementary school teacher down here once that does none of this. She like writes poetry and stuff. But I knew she'd go along with my little ideas. And I'm putting her in different spots in the house, trying things, and nothing's happening. I play some period music on my phone from 1912, nothing. So then I'm just kind of, she's up in the kids' room closet, and I type in Pantera, play it, just to amuse myself. She goes, it's getting weird up here. I go up, get in the closet with her, and we do an EVP session, and it's like a definite different vibe. Right at that moment, we hear walking down here, and it wasn't to the point of, oh, was that a ghost? It was like, dude, somebody just broke in the house, and has no idea we're in here. And it kept going for like 10 minutes. And while it's going down here, I'm like, we gotta get out of here. She's like, no, we're not. It's like, we're not sitting in this closet. Like, having this argument. Footsteps come up to the room we're in, and there's a gap like that under the door. And you can see like ambient street light coming in. Something walks in front of it because it blacks it out. I'm like, here we go. Got my hand on the loaded 9mm. I'm coming out in 3 seconds. I got one, kick the door open, clear the whole upstairs. She's like on me like this. I can barely even move. Come downstairs, nothing. I look at the door. It's still locked from the inside. Watch a surveillance video. Nothing. And I'm like, screw that. Done. I'm done investigating this place.
Oh, wow.
But, again, I'm in Lena's room, but I'll show you guys upstairs.
We're not sitting in here.
Has sound.
I don't really care in here.
I kept shutting it down and everything, and it would not give me any sound.
Well, at least there's a seat.
This is the parents' room.
Yeah.
This is one of the axe marks. Still like
Yeah, I heard they were up at the wall.
There's an axe
On the
mark.
ceiling, yeah. I heard there were still marks on the wall.
So he's hitting them with a blunt end. The blade's facing back as he's coming up. Chopped all that up. They've patched over it throughout the years, but this was all wallpapered over. I mean, you can see one angle, another angle, another angle. Most people think the killer hid in there, which is the attic. And then this just goes into the kids' room where Herman, Paul, Boyd, and Catherine were all found. That's where a lot of the darker stuff seems to stem from.
Oh, that's the attic?
This is the closet.
That felt weird.
This is where I kicked it.
Just
that.
feels weird in there.
Is this door really open?
This
Is that
is
like
what-
a little bit by itself?
this
Like
is
if somebody's
where
up here watching?
This is where he kicked
Yeah,
it,
we're
and it caused
doing
this.
day tours once, and usually day tours kind of start getting out of here after half an hour, 20 minutes or so. And it's 2 hours into my shift, and nobody had left yet. I'm like, what are they doing in there? So I come up and everybody's up here, and it's about 15, 20 people crammed in here. Little kids going, "Can you open the door?" It opened. "Can you shut it?" It shut. "Can you open it halfway?" It opened halfway. And they'd been watching it for like an hour up here.
Today?
No, this was last year. I watched it for about 10 minutes, and from working here, it's just kind of like, yep, there it goes. But then afterwards, like every one of those came out, and they're, "God, we're booking overnight." So, but yeah, I mean, that thing, I was here in January where the windows were shaking from the wind blowing so hard, the thing didn't budge. I don't know about that door.
Why is that mirror blocked?
Yeah, the killer's covered.
He didn't want to see him.
Oh.
But after something happens, like within a month or so, you start going over in your head, like, did that really happen the way I remember it? But this is a constant reminder of, I kicked that sucker open and came out with a loaded pistol in my hand. So something happened, and I wasn't having sleep paralysis or hallucinating. That was some dude was in this house. I have no idea what this is all about. I just showed up from somebody. So if you want to
Your train horn.
read about someone's trip to Hawaii, there you
You
go.
say you can hear. That's what they say.
Any last questions? I guess I shouldn't phrase it that way.
Nope.
Any other questions? That seemed kind of bad.
I'm ready to get my equipment.
He has
Awesome.
an air conditioner in here.
Those are also heaters, so feel free to adjust them.
No. Oh, yeah, turn them off.
No kidding, that's hot up here.
That's just your.
So this is where they said he was hiding, huh?
Yep.
Oh, his nails go
Could have been a little guy when you squeezed through that door. With an
Right.
axe in your hand.
don't even
Dominic,
know
you're
if I
gonna
can
want to
do
watch your guys' head in here because the nails in the ceiling.
Yeah, don't impale yourself.
Like this
Try
guy.
not take me to the ER.
Get down there, no, you can go.
Oh, jeez. I don't know if I can get in this thing.
Hey, kid,
Try.
stand up there. I'll give you a kick and you slide you right in.
Stuck.
You got a
Oh, wait,
minute.
he covered that mirror
You might
too?
just stay here.
There's another mirror there.
Hey, he covered everything.
Covered all the.
He did. He covered all the mirrors in the house.
There's no basement to this place, right?
Just like, and the cellar's flooded, but it's literally 2 steps. It's like 2 steps right there, and you see a dirt floor and a wall about right here.
Yeah.
Like it's very unimpressive.
Okay.
Just big enough to where they put a couple like canned or
Bodies.
bodies. Cool, guys. It's all yours. Good luck.
Thank you. I'll put the $40 in the fridge.
Yeah, give it free.
Alright, guys. There's your daylight tour. We're gonna get stuff set up and get this thing rolling.